Once upon a time in the Wild West, a fired bullet could just about settle any bust-up.
All right.
But is it true that a bullet dropped and a bullet fired simultaneously will hit the ground at the same time?
That is science.
Out at the range,
All right, good to go.
Adam and Jamie found that a bullet from their .45 automatic flew 360 feet before it bit the dust.
I love this, man.
Now, all they need is a location to suit one of the most sophisticated experiments the Mythbusters have ever attempted. And down by the shores of old San Francisco Bay, they've got one.
Ah, look at that. It's magnificent.
I love these old military buildings.
The historic 480-foot-long big event behemoth, Fort Mason Center.
Fort Mason Center is perfect for us for several reasons. At over 480 feet long, there's plenty of room for a fired bullet to come to rest. And because it's enclosed, there's no wind to worry about affecting our bullet. And then lastly, it's perfectly level.
So with the gun rest in place at one end of the room, Adam's first job is to make sure it's exactly 36 inches off the floor. And firing level.
I'm going to fire a bullet to that target 20 feet away. Now, within that 20 feet, the bullet's not going to drop at all. So as long as the bullet hole in that target is the exact same height off the ground as the barrel, I know I've got a perfectly level bullet.
Seating the gun rest. Firing in 3, 2, 1.
Dude, I'd say that is absolutely perfect. Right on our laser line. That gun's firing level.
Works for me.
With the fired bullet rig sorted for now, Jamie rolls out the other half of the experiment.
This is my bullet drop rig, and the key component is this electromagnet right here, because it'll hold on to my bullet, and then on cue, it'll drop the bullet.
Okay, we've got all the sensors we need and all the equipment we need to time the exact amount of time it takes a bullet both to be dropped from 36 inches and to be fired from 36 inches off the ground. And we could simply compare those two times like we did with the paintball, but that's not good enough for us. For we have a bigger vision. We want to see that drop bullet hit the ground in the spot the fired bullet will be skipping off. That's what we're about to set up.
That's right, folks. This time, both halves of the experiment are going to happen at the same time. So before rolling the drop rig 360 feet down the room, the boys just want to make sure their little synchronizing system is going to work.
Simultaneous firing and bullet drop test in 3, 2, 1.
Let's see how it looked on high speed.
Where the Mythbusters quickly discover they have a problem.
Let's look back at the timing about when the light goes off.
While the gun and the timing LED go off together, the dropped bullet decides to delay its journey south.
It sits on that electromagnet for a while.
Yeah.
Do you think there's any residual magnetism or something like that? If you look at this high-speed shot of the bullet on the electromagnet, you'll notice it hangs out for 65 milliseconds. That tells me there's a lot of residual magnetism in the electromagnet itself, even though it's turned off, and it's no good as a mechanism for our drop. We've got to rebuild a mechanism, and we've got to rebuild it fast.